guys, real quick before we get this video started, I won't draw this out, but there are a couple things that you need to know. Number one, Ultimate Callout Challenge is coming very, very, very soon. You still can save money on tickets before you spend full price at the gate, which I believe is 65 bucks. Right now, they're still cheaper online, and then if you use code FIREPUNK, you save even more money. So make sure you guys get your tickets now before the gate. It's gonna save you 20 bucks at least a person. So make sure you guys use code FIREPUNK. It'll still save you money. Also, if you guys aren't pansies, you'd be getting entered in the burnout competition. You'd be getting entered in the No Time Racing Friday. There's street classes. It's gonna be a good time. So make sure you guys are actually getting involved in the event. There's spectator, dyno stuff. There is so many different things that you can do besides just hang out with your buddies and watch. You can get involved with all this stuff. The burnout competition that we are hosting Friday night is going to be insane. You're not gonna wanna miss out. I believe we're gonna do the gender reveal with a set of burnout tires. I really haven't cleared that by anybody yet, but I think we're gonna try and make that happen. We're so busy trying to put the 05 back together that we haven't had a chance to do it ourselves and video it. So what better time to do it than maybe just at the Ultimate Callout Challenge. So anyway, get involved there. Also, before we get this video started, we're giving the keys to probably one of the mintest first gens out there to one of you guys, but you can't win if you don't get entered at wrenchworks.com. So the keys to this bad unit plus 10 grand is going to one of you guys. I'm hoping that we have enough trailers available to bring this thing to Ultimate Callout Challenge, but get entered, support your boys. We're gonna be dropping a new t-shirt, so stay tuned for that. Pretty much as well, anything that's purchased at Ultimate Callout Challenge will get you entered. So if you're going there and you wanna grab some stuff now, the new stuff that we have online is not the same stuff that we're gonna have there. So if you're waiting for the new stuff or any of that, grab it online now. But there you have it. Let's get the video going. Like a bomb went off, but it is another late night in the shop, another late night with the shorty, getting this thing dialed before Ultimate Callout Challenge, which is coming up faster than we ever really wanted it to, but we have got some kind of miscellaneous nonsense progress done. We've got our firewall painted, we've got our subframe here in the front painted, that way when we go back together it all kind of matches, it all kind of jives. Went ahead and touched up our engine, so that is looking fresh. We can now go ahead and kind of basically start putting everything back together now that it's fresh. Didn't want to do that while it was looking crappy. So used some PXR match in a can to kind of match everything, which looks awesome. Went ahead and got our rear frame section painted here. Again, haven't touched up the entire thing. We're really just making sure whatever we're after and into is looking as good as possible. Went ahead and got our rear cowl tracks put on loosely. Everything's kind of just loosely hanging out. Really just prepping to put the bed back on, trying to get as much work done with the bed off as possible, just because it's much easier to work on. We've got a set of rear shocks here that we're gonna be putting on. Went ahead and got our rear brake set up. We've got innovative hubs, which my man Justin over at Ziegler Performance got us set up with, so huge thank you to him. But we're gonna go ahead and put our rear hubs on, rear brake setup. So this is basically a full, really 05 leftover Willwood innovative brake setup. Just a whole lot of stuff. Really what we've been focusing on right this very second is our fuel tank, getting our fuel tank cleaned up. As you guys probably remember seeing, there was a ton of stuff in the fuel tank, just nastiness. A lot of time cleaning up everything. We've been flushing it out, getting all that crap out of there because our new fuel system is here. So obviously the guys over at S&S Motorsport just taking care of all of our fuel needs. Got us set up. I'm super excited because not only it's the best stuff. I mean, we have got a set of 2 Hondos going in this bad boy. Single 14 mil pump, really, really, really awesome. So needless to say, with our old 05 single stainless 80mm 5-blade and that fuel setup, gonna be enough power to do some damage, that is for sure. So there's no time like the present just to get after it. I think, like I mentioned, we're down to like maybe 10 or 11 days before we need to leave. Not counting the trip to Texas that we need to take that you guys don't know about. Just a lot of other moving pieces and such that are going on. So let's just get after it and let's see how far we can push in this video, and let's just keep knocking out things little by little. That's the key. Just keep moving, just keep doing, just keep getting after it. And that's what we're gonna do. Forgot to mention real quick before we start getting after it, the guys over at FLEECE Performance, obviously gonna be a lot of parts in this video, probably going back together, but we are gonna be using the correct sending unit for this fuel tank. Again, it's a 03 to 04 because this is a fuel tank out of a 1500. We have got the correct application fuel sending unit for the opening, for the depth, which is correct. So clean fuel tank, and we've got one of their SureFlow sending units. Again, this is pumpless inside here, but perfect for aftermarket fuel systems. Plumbing them, we'll go ahead and probably swap out some of the factory style for some of the really nice AN feed stuff. So we'll have a proper fuel gauge. We'll be able to plumb this thing exactly the way we want. We've got a new gasket for the tank, and we'll be set. Super excited to be going back together with just nothing but the best parts, all fresh, all new, and this thing's gonna be an absolute monster. And it's pretty much gonna be a brand new truck by the time we're done with it after all this stuff. So now let's get it. To play a little catch up on the shorty build here. In the previous clips you guys saw me kind of bouncing around this thing. We've got some rear brake stuff. We went ahead and did some front engine accessory drive stuff. So let's go over the truck really quick. So we've got our rear rotor and hub setup completely done. We've got our new bearings in there. We've got basically the retention nut set for all that stuff. So that is completely done, all back together. The axles are in it. We have found a temporary diff cover that should do us well. No big deal on that. So we've got some AMSOIL fluid over here that we need to go ahead and fill back up. So we've got to fill the diff fluid back up. We're going to go ahead and kind of shift the axle one way, shift the axle the other way, kind of hand spin this so we can get some oil in those new bearings, stuff like that. So this setup in the rear is coming to a close. We went ahead and got our Fox 2.0 shocks in the back setup. We have to play with our reservoir setup just a little bit. These are kind of like a off-the-shelf Fox shock for a stock height truck. As you can see, we've got plenty of travel up and down. I'm not super thrilled with the way that our reservoir hose kind of curls around there, but we don't really have much of a choice with that. So we're gonna make that look the best as possible once we get the bed on, once we can kind of see some of that. But we got some of the wiring placed back here from our brand used harness from our other donor truck. That is back here. We've got our brake lines that we've adapted from our factory brake line to basically this number 3 AN hose style. We were waiting on some hardware, which we now have to mount up our calipers. Fuel tank is back in. FLEECE sending unit is back in. We've got some of the wiring starting to happen and get shifted forward. We're going to be shortening, streamlining, doing all that stuff. So Lots of stuff happening back here, but the rear end, I would say, is coming to a close, and we can almost put our bed back on. We do have to mount a new transmission cooler, which we're gonna go ahead and do. Story on the front before we jump into our S&S fuel system installation. We have got a lot of engine accessory drive stuff. We've got our FLEECE billet front cover on. We're pretty much prepped up, ready to go to put our fluid damper on. All of our accessory stuff is going on. That's good. Everything's getting painted. Looks nice. Our engine is starting to actually look like an engine. Power steering stuff's back on. We've got a new booster section on our master cylinder. That's all back together. Lots of stuff flying back together. I told you guys once we got new parts going on and we're done with like all of the paint stuff, it's gonna come together really, really quickly. So that's what's happening. Trying to keep you guys up to date on all that stuff as we are running through it. Brother. Instagram, TikTok, how's it going over there? Work. Oh, got it. Oh yeah, Wrenchworks, got it, cool, yeah.
Did you leave the one in the FLEECE video? The diamond video?
Was there one in there that I didn't know about?
Yeah, yep.
Interesting. You might want to review that video.
Let's see here.
Coming at you.
Dude, put that thing away.
Told you.
I didn't even realize because it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full rip.
No, I mean, it was a...
Oh my God.
I can't believe you didn't notice that.
Hey, we're just keeping it real out here, dude. Just keeping it real life, dude. Keeping it real life. Anyway, like I mentioned in a previous video, we are going to be swapping up the entire fuel system. Of course, replacing it with nothing but the best from our boys over at S&S. We went with some spicy stuff on the shorty because we want it to be a ripper. So we have got a S&S 14 mil pump. Going to stay a single pump on this truck. You guys know that we do dual pumps a lot, but the technology and the output from these single pumps has gotten to be honestly pretty astounding, to the point where they can support quite a bit of power on a single pump. So single 14 millimeter stroker pump going on the shorty, paired with a set of 200% overs from S&S. I'm excited because if you guys remember back to the 05 previous setup, and basically we're kind of like dubbing this 05 2.0, we've got our single 80 millimeter charger. What was on the 05 previously when it had its Street Stage 267 engine was a set of 100% over S&S injectors with 2 stock pumps. So now we've got basically double the injector, and we've got a 14 mil pump, which is gonna support these things absolutely no problem. I'm excited, I'm pumped. That poor 68 RFE is going to just not be very happy before it gets touched, but you know what, we're here for it. These should be absolute rippers. So again, if you guys want the top of the top, the best of the best fuel system, you guys know that we really only use S&S here. That's who we trust. That's who we want on all of the builds. That is what we know is going to perform, and we know that they produce an amazing product. So super happy to have this stuff in the shorty because we love this thing. So we're gonna go ahead, pop our injectors in, pop our pump in, and we'll get this install rolling. starting to come together. Look at that. Fuel system is in. We started to go ahead and put our valve train in. We've got our fuel rail in. All of our engine accessories are in the front. We've got our fluid damper on. It is starting to look like an official engine out here. It is looking good, but fuel system is all set, all done. It will not be long before we are ready to fire this thing up. But just a quick update on the Shorty. The plan is to still have this bad boy at Ultimate Callout Challenge along with the 05. Things are looking up for the 05. Stay tuned for updates on that, but we are basically just not sleeping, trying to get all of our projects done. So there you have it. There's the update on the Shorty. Guys, if you have not gotten entered to win the first gen, you guys are missing out. Time is running out, and one of you guys is gonna be, I'm walking over here because I'm staring at it. One of you guys gonna be taking home the keys to quite possibly one of the nicest first gens out there, plus 10 grand in cash, just by picking up some new gear. Again, we will be at Ultimate Callout Challenge. Anything that you guys buy and purchase at Ultimate Callout Challenge will count for entries in the first gen. I'm hoping that we can still bring the first gen in person, but I don't know if we have enough tow rig and trailer setups to bring every single truck we have here, but we are sure as heck going to try. Dawson, should we tell him? Hey, should we tell him? Should we tell him about the new race trailer? It might be there, it might not. You know, boys, I'm telling you, if you're not coming out to Ultimate Callout Challenge this year, you guys are gonna be missing out. Don't mind what I'm giving away in the background. I just honestly just don't care anymore because we don't know. What? Oh, the new truck. Oh, the new truck. Should I tell them about? Yeah, there's gonna be a truck there.
They're like super wide. It's just weird, man.
12 wides, never heard of her. Anyway, Ultimate Callout Challenge is going to be crazy. We're going to be dropping a new, never before seen vehicle that you guys have no idea that I've bought and that we have had, and it's coming from a very, very, very far away. There's a huge story behind it. We've got wheels and tires here for it. It's going to be nuts. You guys need to be there. It's going to be in the AMSOIL booth, being displayed there. That's where you guys are going to be able to see it first. You're not going to see it on the channel really before basically Ultimate Callout Challenge, so you need to be there. But old Shorty looking spicy. I am extremely excited. It's looking good. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Stay tuned for 05 updates, which are coming at you very, very, very soon. We have been busting our butts. If we look tired, it's because we are tired, but it doesn't matter. The time is now. The time is now to get it done, and we are going to make it happen. So we'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Make sure you get entered for the first gen giveaway, though. Go there right now. Wrenchworks.com. That's where you go to get entered. That's where you're heading right after this. Their links are below here, too, as well. It'll take you right there. I believe there's links right down here. So many different ways. But Wrenchworks.com. Get in. Make it happen. See you in the next video. See ya.